Cabinet Office. Chief Mouser to the Cabinet Office is a very prestigious position at 10 Downing Street, the official residence of Britain's Prime Minister. The Chief Mouser title is currently held by Larry, who was recruited from the Battersea Dogs and Cats home for his mousing resume. He even has an entry on the official British government website. 1. The position began during the reign of Henry VIII, but records only exist from 1929 onward. Occasionally, the office has been empty for long periods of time when mice have wisely not caused trouble. The cat that held the title the longest was Wilberforce, who served under Prime Ministers Edward Heath, Harold Wilson, Jim Callaghan, and Margaret Thatcher. Mail carriers. In 1876, the Belgian city of Liege decided that the most efficient way to transport the mail was via cat. The Belgian Society for the Elevation of the Domestic Cat trained 37 volunteers to deliver letters sealed in waterproof pouches tied around their necks. One enterprising individual delivered its mail in about 5 hours, but the others took up to 24. 2. On March 4, 1876, The New York Times reported, "It is believed that, unless the criminal class of dogs undertakes to waylay and rob the male cats, the messages will be delivered with rapidity and safety." The experiment was promptly discontinued. Ship's cat. Felines adapt easily to their surroundings. They are excellent at catching mice that bite through important ropes and food stores. This makes cats perfect for life on a ship. Several cats have been decorated for their naval service. In 1941, Unsinkable Sam started out on the German dreadnought Bismarck and was found on the wreckage of the sunken ship by the HMS Cossack. After the Cossack was torpedoed, Sam was transferred to the HMS Ark Royal, which was also torpedoed. He then rightfully retired from military service. 3. Pooley, another World War II cat, was awarded 3 service ribbons and 4 battle stars for her work on an attack transport. In 1949, Simon protected the stores of the British HMS Amethyst during a 101-day siege. He is the only cat to be awarded Britain's Dickin Medal and was buried with full military honors. CIA informants. In the 1960s, the Central Intelligence Agency attempted to train cats to spy on Soviet embassies. The program, Project Acoustic Kitty, funded operations to implant microphones, transmitters, and antennae into cats' bodies to secretly record conversations. The cats were then trained to follow orders, which proved to be much harder. 4. In the first mission, a female cat was taken to a public park and told to record a conversation between 2 men on a nearby park bench. While crossing the road, she was hit by a taxi and killed instantly. The CIA concluded that the project was not practical. Astronaut. By 1961, the French space program had successfully launched rats into Earth's atmosphere. Then they decided it was time to go bigger. What better animal to follow rats than cats? 14 feline candidates were selected for training, which involved a compression chamber, spinning in a high G-force centrifuge, and exposure to rocket noises. During a 10-hour surgery, electrodes were implanted in the selected cat's brain so the crew could measure its biological responses during the flight. Composer. In 1996, Rabbi Moshe Kotel was sitting at his baby grand piano when Quetzal, cat in Yiddish, jumped onto the keyboard. She landed on the treble and walked down toward the bass. Kotel, who was chairman of the composition department of Peabody Conservatory, grabbed a pencil and transcribed the notes. 6. A year later, he heard that the Paris New Music Review was hosting a competition for songs under 60 seconds. He entered Quetzal's song, which was titled Piece for Piano, 4 Pas. The judges, who were not told the title or composer, awarded it an honorable mention. When the piece was performed at the Museum of the City of New York, Quetzal was sitting in the audience and gave a loud meow at the announcement of his name. Mayor. Talkeetna, a small town of about 900 people near Denali National Park, had a very unusual mayor, Stubbs, a ginger cat. He came to power in 1998. As the town is a historic district, the role is more symbolic than functional. His mayoral duties included patrolling the town, drinking catnip-infused water every afternoon at West Rib Cafe and Pub, and taking visitors in his office at Nagley's General Store. 7. But even cats have political opponents. In 2013, Stubbs was brutally attacked by a dog. His life-saving operation was funded by donations from hundreds of well-wishers around the globe. Customs officer. In 2002, a Siamese cat wandered into a customs checkpoint in Stavropol, Russia. He was adopted by the guards and soon took on the duty of searching vehicles for illegally smuggled Caspian Sea caviar. One day, Rusik just leapt into the boot of a passing car at the checkpoint and immediately sniffed out some sturgeon, police officer Sergei Kovalenko said. After that, we decided to use him all the time in our searches. 8. No matter how ingenious a hiding spot the smugglers, often mafia, created, Rusik could sniff them out. After he spent less than a year on the job and put the sniffer dogs out of work, it was clear that the cat was a formidable weapon against sturgeon smuggling. Assistant librarian. When a striped cat named Kuzya showed up at the Novorossiysk Children's Library in 2013, the staff just couldn't resist letting him in. But for Kuzya to be allowed in the library, he had to be made an official employee. Unfortunately, the Russian government was cracking down on undocumented workers, so no human, or feline, could be hired without the proper paperwork. Actor. For as long as there has been cinema, there have been movie star cats. However, as the felines are notoriously hard to train, dogs are more popular as co-stars. Some cats that have graced the silver screen include Orangey in Breakfast at Tiffany's 1961, Sin Cat as Dow in The Incredible Journey 1963, Ted Nugent as Mr. Bigglesworth in Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery 1997, Crackerjack and Pumpkin as Crookshanks in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban 2004, and Tonic and Leo as Church in Pet Sematary 2019. The Patsy Picture Animal Top Star of the Year awards recognize animal excellence in film. Cats, which are notoriously hard to work with due to their Hollywood personalities, have nonetheless managed to snag quite a few nods.